everyone, I'm Tanisha. I'm a third year geographer here. Welcome to University College, also known as Castle, and I'm going to show you around. So the lead up to the gatehouse over there is called the Barbican. Inside the gatehouse we have the Porter's Lodge, where the very friendly porters stay. There's a porter there 24 hours a day, so there's always someone to call for help if you've accidentally locked yourself outside of your room, like I have on many occasions. It's also where you collect your mail and where college offices. This is Castle's courtyard. If you need to go anywhere in Castle, like the library, our Great Hall, you have to come through here. It's usually packed with students, especially in summer. We've got picnic benches and people come from the bar and have drinks outside, which is amazing. It's also packed during our college day, which is in summer as the weather's lovely, as well as during our balls, because we always have entertainment out here. So this is Castle's library, called the Low Library. It has 3 different floors. First is the basement for group study, which is great if you have a group assignment. The second floor is a quiet study for everybody. And the third floor is purely for finalists to work on their dissertation, as it can be quite a hectic few terms. We also have Minstrel's Gallery, which is a lovely place to work. It overlooks the Great Hall, and if you want a bit of a break, be nosy during a formal, you can have a glance over if you didn't get tickets. The computer room is on the stairs to my left. It's great for those who live in college or slightly further away from the university library if you need university computers to complete your work. So this is Castle's Great Hall. If you're catered, you'll go through the servery and have breakfast, lunch and dinner here. Usually the tables are set up as like long Harry Potter tables, but I think they're currently preparing for our summer ball, so they're set up as squares. We usually have formals in here. The principal of our college, as well as any guests, maybe members of our exec, may sit on the high table during formals. It really is an honour to be invited, and people invited usually have drinks with the principal beforehand. I think the most memorable one for me this year has been either the Castle Hatfield Day formal, where Hatfield students who are involved in sports and societies are invited to celebrate the rivalry between the two colleges, or the Pride formal, which is our last formal of this year, and it was a super positive environment with lots of face painting and flags. This is the Black Staircase. Fun fact about it is they had pineapples put on the tops of the banisters because pineapples were a huge wealth symbol back then. They also tried to make sort of a flying staircase, which clearly did not work because now they have pillars to support the staircase. Okay, so we're currently in Tunstall Gallery. It was built by Bishop Tunstall. Fun fact, before that was built, this used to be the front of the castle. So through here we have the Bishop's Dining Hall as well as the Octagon Room. The Bishop's Dining Hall is used as kind of a social area during Freshers' Week and during balls. Sometimes they have board games. They also have yoga here sometimes. In the Octagon Room, it's a little bit more off limits, but usually they have interviews for exec positions or the welfare committee roles. I think staff are also interviewed there before they join the college. So this is Norman Chapel. It's one of 2 chapels in Durham Castle. The other one is Tunstall, which is upstairs. The Norman Chapel is the older of the 2. They believe it was built in around 1080, making it nearly 1,000 years old. It was used as an Air Force base in the Second World War. And of course you have chapel services as well as occasionally student theatre in here, which is very fun. In terms of accommodation, you can either live in Castle, Bailey Court, Moatside or Owen Gate. I lived in Owen Gate in my first year, so I'm slightly biased. I think it's an amazing accommodation block. The Owen Gate kitchen is where you have tea and toast and freshers, which is always very, very fun and very wholesome. In Moatside and Bailey Court, you won't have roommates, whereas Owen Gate and Castle you will. Since I was in Owen Gate, I did end up having a roommate, but she ended up being one of my closest friends. So in terms of Castle, you can either live in the keep, where the entrance is right there and goes all the way up there, or you can live in Hall Stairs, which is by the library and by the computer room. In terms of final year accommodation, if you're part of the executive committee of the JCR, you can live in Norman Gallery, which is really, really lovely, and they're some of like the original rooms that students lived in back in the day. And occasionally the odd fresher does get to live there. So this is our college bar, the Undercroft, also known as the Undie. I think, you know, it really is the heart of college. People come in here to socialise every night. They come in here before formals and after formals. During Freshers Week, we have a lot of themed nights for people to dress up and get to know each other. We have college drinks. One is alcoholic, one is also not alcoholic, and the Toasty Bar, which is always very convenient if you get a bit hungry. So this is our JCR room. The JCR stands for Junior Common Room, and it consists of all the undergrads in the college. So this room is essentially where you can come and hang out with your friends. We have a pool table in the back, as well as a TV and tea and coffee for members of the JCR, which is always great. Thank you for coming round University College with me today. I hope to see you at Castle soon.